Hello dear investors, welcome to my channel. I remain Adishafet, the Polymath. If you're looking to get into the real estate market, if you're looking to understand real estate market, if you're looking at what locations, if you're looking at things that matters, good properties, good title, I am a go-to guy. I'm a real estate investor myself, and I'm also a very fantastic real estate advisor. So please do well to hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Now today I'm going to be talking about how do you get into the real estate market, especially in Nigeria, right? Kindly note that these things I'm going to be talking about can be applicable in any country. All right, the first thing is, how do I get into the real estate market, especially in Lagos? I want to first say something. In Nigeria, there are 36 states, excluding FCT. If we were to turn the FCT to a state, it becomes 37, right? But Lagos has the highest economy in the whole of Nigeria, right? And Lagos is the 5th largest economy capital in the whole of Africa. So why am I speaking about Lagos? Why am I emphasizing about investing or doing a real estate investment in Lagos? It's because it has to say that if you invest in Lagos, you're investing in the 5th largest economy in Africa. So forget about all those your land in your Ibadan, Enugu. I'm not saying they're not fantastic. I'm saying that probably Enugu or Ibadan is like the 500 position rank economy in Africa, or 1,000. And so you can't compare that with the 5th largest economy in Africa. Do you understand? So Lagos is a good place. If Lagos was a country, you're investing in the 5th largest economy, the 5th best economy in the whole of Africa. Do you understand? So now, how do you invest in this market? The first thing about investing is your entry point. What does an entry point mean? If you are into Forex or probably into stocks and shares and bonds, you understand there's something called entry point. Entry point is the time I don't use a broker, or I don't use Forex terms. Is an entry point is the time the individual you get into the market. What do I mean? You can either get into the market too early, too late, or at the right time. Now in the real estate market in Nigeria, there are very few times for you to get into the market. The first best time for you to own any property is the pre-launch stage. If you have followed the trend, you understand the pre-launch stage has the best price, because the company decides to start cheap to see the market. And by the time they have gotten a particular level of inflow and so a particular level of amount of plot, they go to the launch price. Now the launch price, probably the property was 2.2 million naira. At the launch price, it can become 3.5 million naira. Now, if you had entered into the market at the first point, pre-launch point, you'll be making some 5% gain. Now, however, if you have entered into the market at the launch price, you're still good, right? The launch price is also a good time to get into the market. At that time, the company can give discount. Is a stable ground, right? So you get in the market at a long time. Now, but the problem with entry point is a lot of investors get into the market when it's about to get closed. Now, when it's about to get closed, the company has nothing to lose. Meaning that if you're an investor and you're trying to get into the market when the project is about to get closed, you're literally not at the right point. Now, note that when I mean about to get closed, I mean that when it has gone through pre-launch and launch stage. Do you understand? Now, another point to get into the market is before a price increase. Before a price increase guarantees you and saves you the time of looking for a property that will appreciate at a particular stage. Now, your entry point counts so much. Why? Because your entry point will give you a level of understanding about the risks you're about to take. So when you are having a good property and you're saying, oh, I'm going to be making about 75% in 3-5-2 weeks, it is a good entry point. So as an investor, what is and what has been your entry point? Have you been the one that enters when the sale is about to get closed? Or have you been very, very intelligent with your entry point? Drop your comment on the section, in the comment section. 2, location. The second thing you consider when you want to own a real estate project or investment is location. Now, I understand when people say location, when they talk about, they say go to where the government is going. Fantastic. So under location, I'm going to be teaching you 2 things. One is go to, and the other one is going through. Go to where everyone is going or the government is going. Boom. Go to where everyone is going is a good mark, don't forget. Now, where going through it is a smart idea. Let me explain better. For instance, let me look at the best place to invest, the 2 best places to invest in Lagos, Ibejeleki and the Ekpe. Not because they're not that good places to invest, depending on your kind of investment, actually. The reason why I said those 2 places because they have the very high return rates, right? So they are quick. It's quick, right? You can't compare it to some places that have already experienced peak. Do you understand? Their peak level is already high, very high. But when you're in investing in places like where you can predict now, but you can't predict later. So they are still on their pick up stage. You know, the graph goes pick up stage, right? Good. Now, when I mean going through, so for instance, you couldn't afford to buy property in Dangote Axis because it's very expensive now. It was cheap one time, but you did not have a good entry point, and now you want to get into the market because you cannot afford it. Don't stop there. If you cannot go to, then it's best for you to invest where they go through. So for instance now, I cannot invest where some top properties are because they're highly expensive. But can I invest where they will go through? For instance now, there's a particular place all of those trucks and Dangote Axis will go through when they're going out of Lagos. Will go through when they're going into mainland. Can I pick that point and invest there? So investment is strategic. Do you understand what I'm saying? So don't forget the go through and the going to and the going through. So for me, if I don't have large capital, I won't go to where government is going because it is quite going to be, if you're not strong enough, you might lose the property, right? But what do? I go through it. I go to where they have to go through. So I go to a particular location. I know no matter how these guys do whatever they want to do, they have to go through this location, and so I invest there. So I use that to build my returns that can help me go to where and go above there. That's another stage, but I'm not going to talk about that. Next thing is your goals. Now the third thing for every investor is, what is your goal? Do you have a goal for coming to the market? For instance, if I want to buy shares, I have to know what kind of shares I want to buy, right? I'm not just going to go and buy government bond because government bond is fixed. I'm not thinking of. So what's my goal? Safety, security, high risks. What is your goal? Now, the thing is, in real estate, I won't talk about high risks or stuff because that's more of money play. I'll talk about residential investment, commercial. What is your goal? So for me, I ask investors, what is your goal? You cannot be asking me for a property in a particular location when your goal is for residential. You cannot be asking me, you understand, if you want to do residential project, what is your time to attaining your goal? So what is your time to goal ratio, right? So imagine I want to build a house now, and my plan of building the house is in the next 5 years because I might not come to Nigeria. Then you should go for properties that can appreciate fast. Do you know that a property in Dangote Refinery with a good title is as expensive as the property in Songotedo? Yeah, well, and if you compare the time to development ratio, Ibejeleki Axis is cheaper. Do you know that there are properties in Ekpe that sell as high as the same as properties in Songotedo? That's how crazy you have to understand about your goal. So when you understand your goal, be it residential, commercial, it will help you to identify where. So time to goal ratio. Okay, I want to build now. I want to build the next 6 months. I shouldn't be thinking about Ekpe or Ibeji, like, you know. I should be thinking about something. I should think about this because I can start building now. I think about BJGR. Good. I want to invest. I want to build, but I want to build the next 5 years. Okay, I can select some places in Ekpe which are growing and developing. I'll monitor the market. Do you understand? So, what is your goal? And the fourth one is, now, the goals help you for clarity, help you to know what you need to do and how you can go about it. Good. So the next thing is price to cost. Price to cost means it's got the price to cost ratio. So let me explain better. So I want to buy a car. I want to buy a brand new car, and the brand new car is saying 6 million, for instance. And I see that same car Nigeria used for 1 million, and I say, okay, that's 5 million gain, right? And I buy it, and over a period of time,